Well, hello again. Welcome back to 9 Years in China. Hello, Teacher Kenny. I was kind of saving this video a little bit for later, but I got to thinking it really fits. When we have English corners especially, a lot of the students are not English majors, and so often their pronunciation can be really bad. But they try really, really hard, sometimes harder than my students. They study English all the time just because they like it. So I'm going to share a couple examples of this here in a few minutes. And also, my first few days in China, I never really thought about it much, but the Chinese students, they watch American movies and they know a lot of the bad words. They know a lot of the things that we say. And, maybe in my whole time, the whole 9 years I was in China, maybe once or twice I asked about a certain word, because, if I said it in English, they know what it is anyhow. So if I said it in Chinese, but maybe my third day in class, a little girl sat up in the front row, and a real, very straight-laced looking girl, and but her pen dropped on the floor, and she went, "Oh shit!" I mean, she made that face and scowled and reached down and picked her pen up, and wow, that was wicked to hear that little girl burp out a cuss word, and I started thinking more about this stuff, maybe they shouldn't watch so much Western television, we didn't want them to get carried away with all these four-letter words, but I thought that was really, really cute. After the surprise left me, thinking about that little girl saying that. And they're always saying things that are unexpected. And when I was in Shangzhou, we had two black teachers, a husband and a wife, and husband was a funny guy. I liked him. They called him Colonel. And one day we're sitting out front. Now this was in different occasions, but it was before winter had set in. These first two I'm going to tell you about. The first one, both Colonel and the wife were there at the English corner, and we were sitting out in front of the buildings, and we're talking with the students. And one of my students came up behind me, and she's like whispering in my ear, and she goes like, "Are those real American black people, or are they from Africa?" And she's serious now. She's whispering in my ear, asking me this stuff. And I said, "They're from Chicago, I think, and they're real black people." She goes, "Well, they don't look oppressed." And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, where in the world did she see this? I said, "No, honey, they have the same rights as I do. There's no oppression that I know of." And later, after she had left, I had to whisper in Colonel's ear and tell him what she was saying to me. That was so funny. But they're what they see on TV, what they hear in the news, that's what they think. And so you got to, excuse me, I got to sneeze. But you got to explain to them, what it's really like. And I said, it's very, very, very different, than what you may read in the book or see or hear on TV. So anyhow, that was a funny little one. They don't look oppressed. No, honey, they're okay. Then another night, me and Colonel and a couple other teachers are sitting out front because it's not cold yet, so we can sit out on the big steps and have a nice outside English corner. And it was getting about 7 o'clock, and I saw one of these students that I knew just running full tilt boogie, you know, to English corner, and she gets up there and, I'm so tired, teacher. I'm so tired. And I said, you know, and I said, well, you're not really late, you know. I said the little kids had left, and so now it's time for all us, you big kids, to talk to us teachers. And she goes, well, I'm so sorry, teacher. I had sex lessons today. I was like, really? You had sex lessons? Yes, teacher, I had sex lessons today. And by then, Colonel heard what was going on. We're like, really? You must be tired if you had sex lessons all day. And that was so cute. You know, they're not very strong vowel-wise, so sex and sex, I guess, sounds the same to her. We got the biggest laugh in the whole world over that, having sex lessons. And I didn't have the heart to tell her what she had said, so we got her friend to kind of whisper in her ear about what she said. Then all of a sudden you can see the turn red and get all flushed and everything. And we all had a really good laugh over that. But it's pretty common to have, you know, you're learning a language. It's just like me learning Chinese. I'm sure I screwed the pooch lots of times learning Chinese, and because it's still not very good, but I can at least kind of explain to people. And that's, you know, and she's probably been the same way. She's not an English major. She just liked English, like English corners. And anyhow, you know, it's all the fun of learning a language. Then one other night I can remember, this is really funny. It had got cold. As a matter of fact, it got beyond cold. It got really, really cold in Shangzhou. And we were bringing the English corners inside in the hallways or a room or something, and we would talk to the students there. And matter of fact, it got so cold that on my campus we had 4 little lakes, or gigantic ponds, whatever you want to call them. You know, we just called them lakes. And they had froze over. And there was ice and snow, and some of the snow wasn't big yet. We had some bigger snows later. But yeah, we had some ice and snow, and the ponds were all froze over. And we're having English corner, and it's about to break up. Little student, she goes, teacher, you need to be careful. The ass is slick outside. Oh no. Really? You know, yes, teacher, the ass is slick. And I said, oh my Lord, we got to have a talk about pronunciation. So here again we go, you know, ice and ass sounded just alike in her mind. And of course I had to tell the other teachers, you know, you can't, when something like that happens, you just cannot contain yourself, you know. And I said, Colonel, you need to be careful. The ass is slick outside. So it's cute stuff. And when you're a teacher in China, you're always running into stuff like that. But there's a couple little stories, you know, to think about. Yeah, but imagine if you were learning a language, some of the things you might say, and nobody, you know, nobody knows but those Chinese people, and they're saying, did you hear what the teacher said a while ago? So anyhow, enjoy that little story, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe. 9 years in China with handsome-faced me, okay? So have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.